Welcome back, Rooster Nation, to the 628 Dirt Rooster channel, where hobby beekeeping is a way of life. I don't even know, I'm using the wrong camera. I don't even know where that's where I gotta look. Across state lines today, over here in Slidell, Louisiana, to do a cutout. Just got off the phone with Yappy. He's doing one, and Mr. Ed's doing one today. Got one in right in Slidell, I think. We've had some pretty nasty weather here lately, and we got more in the forecast for the next couple days. It's supposed to start raining late this afternoon. It's 11 o'clock now. We'll try to get this done before the rain hits. I was fooling with some cutout bees this morning, and they crapped all over me. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, you can see it, little yellow spots all over my clothes, all over my clothes. My wife said, well, at least it matches your overalls. How many people you know that can show up on a job covered with crap and somebody be happy to see you? I hear that thunder rumbling in the background. Wasn't supposed to rain till this afternoon. We got bees under this fur out for this window here. I'm gonna try to get them. I don't know if I'm gonna beat this weather. On this one here, I had to run to the hardware store and get some silicone to seal this back up when I'm done. This aluminum coil is what's wrapped around the bottom. See the dust coming out. There's a do-it-yourself pest control store over here. They sold him, I would assume, Tempo or Delta Dust maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get any of this done. This is fine for yellow jackets and carpenter bees, but with honeybees you might as well just get a professional. This guy. They just did a remodel in this house. They're getting it ready to rent. They need the bees out before they rent it, so about to get set up, see what I can do before it starts pouring on me. I want to show you what kind of swamp I'm in. There's cypress knees in the backyard. You can't even cut the grass back here if they had any. All over the place. There it is compared to my foot. Cypress knees everywhere. All I need is a little bit of pine straw. I reckon I'm about to burn leaves and junk. Might not get to record this one. It's raining pretty good already. Wasn't supposed to rain till 4 o'clock this afternoon, but here it is. Red band coming across. Somebody thinks they got a bird box. That ain't nothing but a swarm box over here. Working on the ground right here. Thankfully that tree's shading, keeping the rain off enough that I actually can lay down there and work in the rain, and I'm not getting poured on too bad. I guess as it gets heavier, rain off the roof's gonna prevent that, but right now I got an outlet right there. I can set my bee vac out of the rain. Got that coil trim loose on the bottom of that window. I think I can reach them like that. Hope so. Make this a quick one before this storm sets in on me, because that thing don't like water. Got a couple of boxes to deliver. Live nukes, live action. Got some rot damage here. I've disassembled the siding. I get this bottom piece of coil. This piece of the side right here is coming with it. And then we got a piece of 3/8 or 1/2 inch on the bottom of that window. Dang it. I hate when people side over rotten trash. The people that bought it just didn't do it. They just bought this place. Somebody else sided over it
so they wouldn't have to paint it. I'm joking on my smoker. I guess probably where the windows melt together, the little gap right there is probably catching water from both sides and running. Yeah, probably so. See the color of the wall? Looks like bees have been here for a little while. I did just stab a hole with a hole saw bit just to make sure what was in there before I tore it all apart. And I hit comb and honey and bees. So about to pry this and see what. I really didn't want to take this apart because it's, man, yeah, I didn't really want to take this apart. That whole window moved when I did that. That goes back past. That goes back past that brick veneer, so I definitely don't want to pull all that apart. There they are, happy and healthy. Jeez, this whole thing's full of old comb. Jigsaw time. Open enough where I can I can get my hand up in there at least. Not much room to work. I can get up in there and remove comb. Down there I've got this whole 6 foot, 5.5 foot window set. It was built out many years old. Right about that time, the bottom fell out and I had to take a break, so I went and got lunch, waited on the weather to kind of pass through, and the radar showed it looking rough for the rest of the afternoon, so I didn't really want to take time to try to video it, because videoing does take a little extra time on these jobs. So cut all the combs out. It had brood, had about probably a gallon of honey, judging by the weight of the honey and the wax. They were in pretty good shape. Wasn't a big colony, but they were in decent shape. And they're kind of working that whole comb a little bit. There was honey on both ends of it, actually. So I don't know if they had thrown a swarm. I didn't see any queen cells, no chewed out cells or anything like that. Did have an active laying queen in it and some cat brood, but they possibly could have thrown a swarm earlier and reduced the numbers. You can see on the beginning of that where he tried to blow that dust up in there that it was all wood behind there. You couldn't even get dust into the colony, which is a lot of times the case. I'll see if pest control companies try to exterminate them, they usually will try to dust them. Most of the time you can't even get dust into the colony, whereas on yellow jackets and things like that, they typically they seem to track a lot more for some reason, and then their entrance to their brood is just right there. Honeybee colonies, usually their brood is pretty close to the entrance as well, but so it's hard to kill them. Thankfully, they're fairly tough, except for hive beetles and varroa and stuff like that. But a strong colony can fight all that stuff off too. So next little segment of video you'll see is just something I shot for the property owners so they would know what I had done and what they had left to do on the property, because initially the plan was that I was going to put everything back together, but we didn't anticipate me finding rot going into this thing, so they ended up having to put everything back together. Got a bunch of rot. Got this bottom open. It had wood under the coil trim. The entire thing is built out. All right, I'm done with everything I can do today. All that's left is some carpentry work, some rot repair. Somebody covered up some old T111. Looks like the window frame, the framework looks like it's pretty solid. And this bottom board, not that it matters a whole lot, but it's got some rot damage on it, so somebody could use that for a pattern. I was able to save the coil trim off the bottom, the J-channel and the siding. I just left it all where somebody could easily just put it all back together. That's all I can do today though, and I don't want to put that back together without the rot damage being addressed, because if I do, you'll just have me back out again doing the same old thing, because you'll catch another swarm. Once you've had bees in a property, they'll always scout this area, so you have to make sure and seal this up anywhere you think bees can get in. Well, it's never a dull day here at the Dirt Rooster channel. Somebody dumped a car here on a piece of property my dad owns. And I rode down here with him and checked the house out, make sure nobody was in it. Nobody's been in the house or the shed over there. Doesn't appear. I walked all through it and made sure nothing had been fooled with. There's a lot of tools and stuff in there. We've been remodeling this one. But I think somebody has dumped a stolen vehicle here on the yard. He rode by last night, saw it last night. He didn't say anything to me. But this morning, he mentioned it and I said, well, let's go right down there and check it out. Looks like somebody has made off with what used to be a pretty decent little Volvo. Nice little all-wheel drive. Called Gulfport PD today, run the tag on it. He said, nope, it's not reported stolen, so you need to have it towed at your expense. I said, nah. I said, tell me what that tag belongs to. He said, silver Toyota. I said, you better send somebody, bro. I ain't no silver Toyota. So I think somebody probably stole this car. Either that or at the very least stole a tag. We'll find out in a few minutes. PD is on the way. And when we get down here with the police department, me and Pete's got a job to do, cutout job on some of his family's property. We got set up scaffold next to a power line. I didn't really want to do it unless they disconnected power, and Pete said, I feel comfortable. And I said, all right, I ain't getting up on the scaffold as long as you want to do the job. So we're gonna get set up scaffold. It's right next to where the power ties into the house. Not something I really wanted to fool with. We had a lift when we went by there the other day because we just finished a lift job. All right, it's now stolen. So now we get to have it towed. Belongs to John. I won't say his last name. Riding around with the wrong tag on it. Probably couldn't afford the right tag. On to task number 2 for the day would be to get rid of a flea-infested rocker recliner. When tenants move out, they like to leave problems for you to deal with. This is one of them. It's sprinkling. I figured it was a good time to light it up.